Thanks for the $30 a month. I'm eating instant ramen every day. I was so shocked at my son's words that I thought time had stopped. What? I'm sending $1,300 every month. This casual conversation began out of concern for my son Sam, who had taken on an unhealthy appearance during the time we hadn't seen each other. But amidst this, something shocking came to light. Even when I checked my bank account in real time, it definitely only adds up to $30 being deposited each month. Sam, has anyone been coming and going at the house recently? People coming and going at the house? As my suspicions deepened, the shadow of a likely culprit began to emerge. The culprit would soon find themselves in an unexpected ending. My name is Lily Robinson. I'm 51 years old. I run my own business. I have one son, his name is Sam, and he's 18 years old, just starting his first year of college. He's a very kind, mom-loving good kid. Sam has always been good at drawing, and now he's attending an art university. He's majoring in oil painting and spends his days drawing something or studying art materials and the history of painting. He wants to be a painter in the future and is working hard every day to get closer to his dream. Sam's paintings warm the hearts of those who see them. They use gentle colors as the main palette, but have strong contrasts and depth. To me, an amateur, they seem more than good enough, but Sam says he still has a long way to go. I'm a single mother, and I divorced my husband shortly after Sam was born. The main reasons were infidelity and financial issues. My ex-husband was never very responsible and lived more on a whim, but his irresponsibility worsened after marriage. I thought he was going to work normally, but it turned out he had been fired and was spending his time at lottery shops. By the time I realized it, tens of thousands of dollars had been withdrawn from my savings account. And when I confronted him, his bizarre response was, "Be grateful I'm living with you." Infidelity suspicions surfaced, and eventually we divorced. After that, I devoted myself to work. At that time, I was an employee at a company I joined after graduating from college, but it was tough to work while raising a small child. Taking days off for sickness or arriving late became more frequent, and I was looked upon coldly at the office. It was mentally challenging to continue, so I resigned. Looking back, I think it was the right decision. Fortunately, an acquaintance of my mom ran a company, and they offered me a job. The new company, led by a female president, was understanding about parenting. With help from those around me, I worked my way up to a higher position, and eventually, "I want you to take over as the company president," the previous president said to me. Her childlessness had left her pondering the company's future, whether to find a successor or shut it down. I was surprised at first, but after talking to her, I decided I didn't want the company to end. So now I'm the president of that company. While not wealthy, I've managed to provide a comfortable life for my child. I believe I'm supporting Sam in pursuing what he wants to do. My once little Sam is now a university student, and it fills me with a deep sense of emotion. Starting his college life, Sam began living alone near the school. During the move, I felt a mix of sadness at his leaving the nest and joy at how well he had grown up, almost bringing me to tears. "Mom, I think I'll still cause you trouble, but thanks for everything up to high school. I'm counting on you in the future, too." Sam said that on the moving day. He really is a considerate child. Though Sam's house isn't too far from our family home, we haven't been able to meet often recently because he's busy with university assignments, but we often talk on the phone. I know I'm a bit clingy, but just hearing his energetic voice reassures me. Today, after a long time, Sam is coming home. I'm looking forward to hearing about his grades and college life. "I'm home." Sam returned past 11 at night. I was worried because it was late, but when I heard the front door and went to greet him, there stood a much thinner Sam. "Uh-oh, welcome back." I was so surprised by the drastic change that my voice caught in my throat. Sam, who used to have a healthy physique, now had bony arms and hollowed cheeks. "Sorry I got home late. Woo, I'm hungry." Is there dinner?" But his tone and manner were unchanged, still the same old Sam. For now, I laid out Sam's dinner on the table. "Wow, Mom's cooking. It's been a while. Let's eat." Sam ate with incredible speed, his eyes shining. He even went for seconds of bread. It was nice to see him eat so much, but something about the way he stuffed his cheeks felt off. "How's college life?" I asked, trying to distract myself. "It's fun. I finished several paintings just in the first semester, and I'm learning a lot." "That's good. Your grades for the first semester look promising. You're working hard." "Well, I want to get as good grades as possible. Oh, by the way, I've made some close friends recently." Sam spoke after chewing and swallowing his food. This was the first time he'd mentioned friends since starting college. "They're all funny and kind. They even came to stay over at my place the other day." Such a college-like episode, I thought nostalgically. I remember staying over at friends' places when I was in college. "That's nice, but don't play too hard, okay?" "Of course, I know." I gave him a gentle warning. There are temptations you shouldn't give in to, even in college. I trust Sam, but it's always better to be cautious. Because he came home late, he went to bed right after dinner. He had to go to school the next morning, so we couldn't talk much before he left. A week passed since then. The concern about Sam's health, which I noticed when he came home, remained on my mind. Even if it were a diet, he had lost too much weight too quickly. Besides, Sam never needed to diet. He was always so healthy. Is it strange for me to intervene in his lifestyle at 18? Am I overthinking? These thoughts crossed my mind. After a week of worrying, thinking it was a waste of time to ponder, I decided to call Sam. "Hi, Mom. What's up?" Sam's voice was normal as ever, somewhat anticlimactic. "Well, I was hesitating whether to ask you when you came home the other day." "Yeah? What is it?" "Sam, are you eating properly?" "Yeah, I eat well every day." Sam's answer was reassuring. But then, "What about sleep? Are you too busy to get enough?" I guess I do sleep less than before. I've started a part-time job, so I tend to cut back on sleep." "Part-time job?" This was news to me. He had started a part-time job as a busy college student? Where did he even find the time for it? "Oh, didn't I mention it? I'm working night shifts at a grocery store." "Night shifts? Are you okay? If you're short on money, I can send more." I send money to Sam's bank account every month for living and food expenses. At first, he said it was enough. But since he got into the art college he wanted, I wanted him to fully immerse in college life, so I've been sending him money. But to hear that he needs to work night shifts to make ends meet. Certainly, being an art student can be expensive. I impulsively thought of increasing the allowance. "No, it's fine." "But..." As I hesitated, Sam, perhaps worried, said gently, "Thanks for the $30 a month. I'm eating instant ramen every day." "What?" I was so shocked, I thought time had stopped. $30? "Huh, Mom? What's wrong?" "How much did you just say now?" I pressed my phone closer to my ear. But Sam casually replied, "Isn't it $30? What's wrong, Mom?" "What? I'm sending $1,300 every month." I informed Sam, who sounded as if he was pretending to be ignorant about the whole thing. It was absurd to think of $30 a month covering living and food expenses. At first, I thought it was a mistake, but when I told Sam this, "What?" he exclaimed loudly, "Every month, only $30 is deposited into my bank account." "That can't be. What does that mean?" Confused, we both tried to make sense of the situation over the phone. It seemed that Sam hadn't touched the money I'd been sending. He had been covering his expenses with his part-time job earnings. I remember telling him to ask me for money for any urgent needs or art supplies, and I would deposit that separately into his bank account. Sam has 2 bank accounts. One is just for the money I send, and the other he uses for his expenses and credit card payments. The allowance account doesn't get any deposits other than the monthly amount from me, making it easier to track. While on the phone, he checked his account balance using the app, which showed a balance of $120. Calculating 4 months' worth from April to July, it appeared that each month's allowance was indeed $30. Are you sure you haven't used it? Maybe you accidentally spent it in a hurry. No, I haven't spent it. Sam firmly replied to my final check. This meant that the only possibility left was theft. Wait a minute, something's wrong. What happened? While I was trying to figure things out, Sam suddenly spoke in a grave tone. I just looked at the bank account's transaction history in the app, and the money is being withdrawn every month. He muttered softly. I felt a chill run down my spine. The withdrawn amount was $1,270 each month. Combined with the remaining balance, it added up to the $1,300 I send monthly. Sam, where do you keep your ATM card? Also, has anyone been frequently visiting your house lately? If the amounts matched, the next question was who was withdrawing the money from the bank account. I tried to remain calm as I asked Sam these questions slowly. If it wasn't Sam, then someone must be stealing and using his ATM card. The most suspicious would be someone frequently visiting his house. The ATM card is in my desk drawer, and people who come over often? Sam groaned, sounding distressed. I swallowed hard. Maybe my friend Michael? That was the first time I heard that name. This Michael Tyler, as Sam called him, seemed to be frequently visiting Sam's house, sometimes even bringing other friends for what seemed like parties. But I don't think he's that kind of person. Sam defended him, but I couldn't shake off the suspicion. Would a friend regularly host parties at someone else's house? Given the frequency of his visits, it was natural to suspect him. I know you might not like this, but we have no other choice. If it turns out not to be him, you can get even closer to him. With that, I explained to Sam what we had to do next. Weeks passed, and our plan was underway. In August, I transferred the usual $1,300 to Sam's bank account. Today, for the first time this month, Michael was supposed to visit Sam's house. I double-checked the plan with Sam over the phone to make sure everything was set. Michael entered Sam's house without hesitation, familiar with the place like it was his own. Did you do that assignment for the class? Can I copy it? Sure. But I said last time was the last time. After spending a few hours as usual, Michael lazily got up to leave. I've got something else to do today, so I'm heading out. Before leaving, he went to the bathroom. While Michael was in the bathroom, Sam went to his room to check his drawer. Shockingly, the ATM card that was supposed to be there was gone. It had been there before Michael arrived. This made the culprit clear. See ya. Wait a second. Sam stopped Michael as he quickly tried to leave after coming out of the bathroom. With resolve, Sam spoke up. Give me back my ATM card. What? Sam looked him straight in the eyes and said it firmly. But Michael didn't respond, and instead laughed mockingly. The card that was here before you came is missing. Just give it back now, and I won't be mad. Sam said this gently in his usual tone, but Michael remained defiant, unflinching. I don't understand what you mean. He pushed back. You've been taking money from my bank account every month, right? That's the money my mom works hard to earn every day. So, I don't know what you're talking about. Besides, where's your proof I took it? Michael spoke condescendingly. Finally, Sam grabbed Michael's arm and raised his voice. I don't want to do this, but show me everything in your bag. Sam tried to forcibly check Michael's bag. What the hell? However, the physically larger Michael easily brushed Sam off. After a struggle, Sam was pushed forcefully and fell dramatically backward. But in that moment, something fell from the pocket of Michael's hoodie. It was unmistakably some kind of card. Sam, with eyes red from anger, picked it up and looked up at Michael. This is... The card was a bank ATM card, clearly labeled with Sam Robinson. Cornered, Michael clicked his tongue and looked down at Sam, who had fallen. "Such a hassle. You never noticed until now," he muttered. Then Michael continued. "Yeah, I took it. But it's your fault for not noticing, right? You look like a rich boy. I targeted you from the beginning." Michael confessed his actions, unapologetically angry. Sam, overwhelmed by the betrayal of a trusted friend, started crying. The fact that a friend betrayed him hit the kind-hearted Sam hard. "Crying like a girl? Really funny." Mocking Sam, Michael said, "See ya." And tried to leave with Sam's ATM card, opening the front door. But as he opened the door, there I was, waiting. "Whoa, who's this lady?" "Who? I'm Sam's mom." I spoke in a deliberately strong tone, expressing my anger. Sam had contacted me right after confirming the missing ATM card. I took the day off from work and waited in a nearby cafe for his call. "Oh, you're the one who told Sam about the bank account balance. You really should let go of your kid." Michael showed no mercy, even to me, mocking me further. "Stealing someone's money is a serious crime. Do you realize what you've done?" Sure, a lecture." My words didn't affect him at all. His contemptuous attitude was perfect for provoking anger. "Listen to me carefully." As I spoke firmly, Michael narrowed his eyes and grabbed my arm. "Shut up." He began to apply more pressure. The pain increased. "Ow!" I exclaimed. "Stop it." Seeing this, Sam clung to Michael from behind. Michael released my arm, but easily overpowered Sam, due to the size difference, causing Sam to fall to the floor again. But even on the ground, Sam raised his voice strongly. "Apologize to Mom." Tears streamed down Sam's cheeks, too many to count. Sam, who had never fought before, was now confronting the situation head-on. I was more caught up in this fact than the pain in my arm I had felt just moments ago. "Really? What a pain this mother and son are. Don't you get it unless you're hurt?" As Michael's hand reached towards Sam's chest, the door burst open with a rush of light from outside. "Stop right there, stop." Two men in police uniforms stood there. Their voices were deep and echoed well in the room. Even Michael stopped, looking taken aback. "So you're the main culprit behind the stolen ATM card. We need you to come to the station with us." The police officer grasped the situation instantly and spoke calmly. "How? Why?" While Michael was flustered, Sam and I both looked relieved. Our plan had worked perfectly. Everything that had happened was calculated by Sam and me. We always kept the ATM card in a specific place. Then right before Michael was about to leave, we would check if the card was still there. If it was there, Michael wasn't to blame, but if it was gone, he was definitely the culprit. I was waiting nearby, ready to come over as soon as I got the call. We had informed the police beforehand, so they could arrive while we stalled. Knowing Michael was physically strong, from what Sam had told me, we were prepared for the possibility of being overpowered. The only thing we hadn't planned for was the police being later than expected. It was a close shave, but we were saved. I was on the ground, and Sam had been grabbed by the chest, making it obvious who the culprit was. Michael said, "What are you talking about? We were just rehearsing for a play." Even in this situation, he tried a desperate lie, but the police weren't going to believe that. Flanked by police, Michael was led out of the room. Later, the police investigation confirmed that Michael had stolen the money. It turns out he'd committed the same theft several times before, using the same method. Not only that, but he was also involved in underage drinking and smoking. Until now, he had gotten away with lighter punishments due to being a minor, but this time his attitude towards us would likely result in a harsher sentence. I couldn't help but wonder how Sam had mistaken such a person for a kind friend. When I asked him, he said Michael had complimented his paintings. According to Sam, "I think Michael was sincere when he said those words." He said, Even after knowing his past and family circumstances, Sam defended Michael until the end, not blaming him entirely. As his mother, I might think he's too kind, but if Sam says so, perhaps that's just how it is. We then returned to our normal lives. I told Sam, "It's okay to do part-time work, but make sure to use the allowance too," I told him. After a few weeks, Sam regained his usual appearance. In a few months after the incident, in December, Sam surprised me by inviting me on a trip to Charleston for my birthday. He planned everything, the accommodation, places to visit, and I just went along. Surprisingly, he even paid for everything. "Mom, thank you for raising me. Live a long life. Happy birthday." The trip to Charleston was his gift to me. Apparently, he had been doing part-time work and saving money bit by bit for this day. I was overwhelmed with happiness, tears flowing freely. This birthday turned out to be a very happy one for me. Truly, he is my pride and joy. I need to live a long life to witness more of Sam's growth and create happy memories together.